Alright, so what I'm doing here is fixing the broken tip of a Jackson headstock with some wood filler. I'm using some tongue depressors covered in wax paper to act as sort of a mold to help me get the shape right when I apply the wood filler. I'm mixing the wood filler with a bit of nail polish remover. Nail polish remover is basically just acetone, so it'll thin the wood filler, making it easier for me to shape and keeping it from drying too quickly. I'm just putting it in and mixing it around until it seems moist but not extremely wet. It's one of those things you just gotta play around with it until you get the consistency that seems right. Now I'm gonna put it on where the wood chipped off. And I try to build it up and shape it to match what the original tip would have looked like. I'm putting on extra, however, because wood filler does tend to shrink as it dries. So here I've let the wood filler dry overnight so that it's nice and hard. The amount of time it takes to dry will depend on how much acetone is in it, but overnight was plenty of time to get hard for this. A bit of the filler actually hardened over top of the masking tape, so it's not coming off very easy. Alright, now I'm masking off around it again so that I can block sand it down to a smooth matching shape without damaging the surrounding finish. And I'm just going to use some 220 grit sandpaper wrapped around the block and sand it following the shape of the headstock. And I'm taking my time working it down so it's smooth and flush with the real wood. And the best way to tell if you're getting it flush or not is just to use your finger and feel. Now, as you can see, I didn't get the wood filler out into a nice sharp point like it would have been originally. It's still kind of flat and looks chipped there, so I'm gonna have to go back and build that up some more. So I'm putting on more wood filler now, this time without nail polish remover because I want it to dry faster. And I'm using my fingers more to try and mold it into the correct shape. The idea is to keep building it up and then sand it down again using the lines of the headstock for a guide, so we have the original tip nicely replicated. Okay, here I'm block sanding again after the second layer of wood filler has dried. Took off the tape to sort of feel how I'm getting along there, and now I'm masking it back again and sanding some more. And I'm just sanding it down, trying to get each side as nice and level with the wood as I can. After a while, I switch from the block to using just the sandpaper in my fingers so that I can lightly hit the harder to reach spots and get an overall nicely sanded appearance. So I didn't video it, but after the last sanding, I took a few pinches of wood filler and rubbed them all over the already hardened stuff to fill in and smooth out any irregularities. With that dry, I'm now sanding everything back down so that it's nice and level again. And here's the headstock with the tip built back up and the wood filler ready to be stained.